Well, welcome to the last Wednesday of the month, and that means it is Members Connect. Today's going to be spooky stories. Yeah, so that was a couple of years ago, and so I thought, okay, because I had never met Robin, so I thought, okay, I'm going to go to Kitchener from Toronto, and I'll meet up with her, and we can go look at some property. We were looking at student housing because we wanted to change it, convert it to co-living properties. Oh my God, like it was horrible. Like literally, they had blacked out the windows with styrofoam.
It had destroyed a lot of my furniture. They're just being so unreasonable, demanding their damage deposit back, and I'm trying to explain to them like the extreme nature of the damage that they did to the house.
We finally found a rental, and it was ridiculous what we had to do to find a rental for our family and a dog, and 3 cars and whatever, storage space for all of our stuff, because we were downsizing but needing to rent for a year in the middle. And the buyers that paid a stupid COVID price needed an extension, and then they needed another extension, and I was just panicked because, I mean, what do you do? And you're at that mercy. Anyway, it finally went through, but the terror was real, and it was probably 2 weeks of all-consuming. Is it going to close? Is it going to close?
I made the mistake of trusting young people that had never lived together before. Oops! Don't do that, everyone. Do not do that. People be sneaking everything all the time is what I've learned. So just never trust, even when they're solid on paper. It's like, no, they're not. So lesson learned there too. I guess my lessons are always like, just do your inspections. Always do your inspections, your 6 month and your year inspections, because people can't hide for long.
This was one of the 2 buildings that I've ever sold in the 25 years, right? So I'm a firm believer in the buy and hold forever, refinance, rebuild, like whatever it takes to hold, right? So we got approval for that. And so after that happened though, we started having rat issues. And I didn't know this, but the city was overrun by rats.
Subjects off, and I moved in, and then Steve and Kathy moved in. And then Kyla moved in, and when it was time for Joan to move in, basically the remaining tenants got together and they went to Together Against Poverty, and they issued basically a letter that was like, we're not going anywhere. It would be really hard for me to just pick one story, but we focused lots on the ugly things. So I mean, what I might talk about is my horror story with Crescent, just quickly, in terms of the bureaucracy and the changes of policy and how that's impacted that particular project so much. So I think, we all know we got a group of friends together and we bought an 8-unit apartment building right across the street from the beach in Victoria. And the intention 100% was to move in and have that as our co-housing building, and, live in peace and harmony and love with my, hippy dippy lovey ways. And let's just say it didn't work out. And so we actually went to a hearing with the Residential Tenancy Board, who provides residential tenants advocacy and legal advice for free. But our bill was about $40,000, and we actually lost the hearing from one RTB arbitrator. One arbitrator made the decision on the future of our house.
Amazing stories, you guys. We could totally like make some sort of horror movie, and Jason comes out, and yeah, it's so horrible. Friday the 13th, all over.
My chainsaw.
That's perfect. And on that note, thank you everyone for sharing such amazing, horrible stories. Don't want to wish it on anyone. And that's really good learnings. Now we know what not to do, and now we know what to do. So I think we're all wiser. I know I am.